So, I'm Abby, and my business is called Little Learner Studio. However, today I'm here to tell you about Design to Learn, which is a concept that we've developed that helps to bring education and functionality and organization to the home and help to bridge the gap in learning between home and school. So you see that I have Learnique there. Who is Learnique? So basically we had to come up with a corporate umbrella that both our Little Learner Studio and our Design to Learn could fall under, that wouldn't be in conflict with anything else that was already operating and trademarked. So we came up with Learnique, and basically it's boutique and it's unique learning. This is a picture of our studio space where we have children coming to us 5 days a week. We are doing academic enrichment with them, preparation for kindergarten, cooking, music, art, anything. We do parent classes and workshops. Basically everything that a young child would need to succeed, we try, in addition to a preschool program, we try to bring to them at our studio. And then we've got our Design to Learn services, which is what I'm going to talk about today. So Design to Learn, and you can see there that's a picture of a play space that was transformed. Let me go to the next slide, because basically sort of what is Design to Learn, why is it needed? So as I said, I've worked in education in many different ways. A lot of the questions that I got about how do we connect the learning at home, and how do we make sure that our children are enriched in every element and aspect of their life, and we really are told that the learning begins at home. Very frustrated parents that really didn't understand, how can we create an environment where my kids have access to the same kinds of things that they have at school, where they're organized in a way that makes sense for them. How about just my playroom is a nightmare, I can't shove things in enough different places. And my children, they need me all the time. They're not independent. They need me to play. So Design to Learn was born out of that frustration. So you can see this is a picture of a before space, and this is a picture of an after space. So we took what was a very cluttered room that really had no real organization and no real design layout, and we created space where children could do lots of different things, have a multifaceted experience at home. So they've got an area where they can do their homework, they've got an area for gross motor play, they've got cozy seating where they can, feel safe. They've got organizational systems that make sense to them in terms of how their brain works. And I always compare it with parents, how would you like it if you went into the pantry and you found the oil for the car, and you found some pepper and salt, and everything was all mixed up. You would feel very disorganized, and it wouldn't be an inviting place for you to make a Thanksgiving meal. So children aren't going to want to really play. They can't get into purposeful play without an environment that really is conducive to that. So as far as our market potential, so the current market potential exists within major cities in the U.S. So we're working with a particular demographic. Currently, our design service is technically considered a luxury service, so you do have to have some disposable income to, have a Design to Learn project done in your home. So right now, we're operating one brick and mortar studio in Rye, New York. However, we're very focused in that metro area right now, and we really have more business than we can actually handle. However, I'm hoping that the purpose of this is to be able to streamline our processes and get into other major cities like Boston and Chicago and Los Angeles, and places where people get this concept and want it for their child. So parents and caregivers with an annual income of $150,000 plus at this point is necessary, and children under the age of 10, those are the potential clients right now for Design to Learn services. So like I said, present structure is the one location, one designer myself. I have some assistants that work with me, but it's enabled us to complete one space per month and years that we've been in business. So we're going into our third year of business. We've completed 24 spaces in that time, but we could do a lot better than that. So that's what we're hoping to do. Customers are acquired directly through our studios. So while I'm here talking about design to learn and streamlining those processes, the actual brick and mortar space has really helped us with marketing and makes sense for people because they can actually see how is this learning taking place and what kind of environment we've recommended that children learn best in. So how we make money. So currently we're making money through professional and educational consultations which take place in the home. Individualized design to learn proposals. So we put together a unique and individualized plan for every client and family. Profit margins on sale of merchandise. So we recommend things that parents need to buy in order to enrich their space and develop these layouts, and we make profit margins off of the merchandise through trade memberships and partnerships. And then the actual implementation, depending on how large a project is, we have the ability to make larger margins on larger projects. So for future, really product line development, that's major for us. I would like to really be able to develop some products that would coincide with our design services and our recommended kinds of physical layouts for the environment instead of always just recommending other people's products. National training program for design to learn consultants. I really would like to adapt some technology to training people in the model that I'm currently working in because I'm only one person and supply and demand. So the development of technology intended for increased consumer accessibility because like I said, right now it's a certain demographic that we're appealing to, but we'd like to create a tiered level program where we don't have to turn most people away, where we can give you an opportunity to interact with what we're doing and not feel like you've been priced out. And then ultimately partnerships with big box retailers such as the Container Store, because we do organize things in a developmentally appropriate way, Pottery Barn Kids, IKEA, places that have furniture for children but really aren't doing anything to help families understand what is the best way to use this product. Don't just buy it and throw it in a corner. How can you actually make sure that your money is going to something that actually is helping your child? So what makes Design to Learn unique? So this is our typical client at the moment. So this is mom, and she is a multitasker. You can see she's got lots of arms and hands, and she's feeding babies, and she's vacuuming the rug, and in some instances, somebody else vacuums the rug. But, cooking, trying to maintain all of these different facets, PTA president, but making sure that their child is, going to get into Harvard and then look good doing it and then have a home that everyone thinks is, beautiful and well-maintained. The kid space always trips them up. It's like, and that's the kids room. We're not going to go there. We'll just bypass the kids space and go on to the beautiful kitchen or, family room. What do? It's a customizable service. What makes us unique is that we provide an answer to that problem. You don't have to be embarrassed of your child's space anymore from an aesthetic point of view, but you also don't have to make excuses for why you really feel that it's important to spend the money to develop a space that's going to make sense. So interior design aesthetics, storage solutions, full understanding of child development, and educational principles. So that's something that, the competition, which is the next slide, competition, it sort of doesn't really exist at the moment. Our competition, interior designers, professional organizers, and then the do-it-yourself kinds of stuff that you'll find on different websites selling children's things. But none bring the three together and do it with a developmental knowledge base and understanding. So need for funding, technology development, as I said, manufacturing and product development, additional studio locations, staffing, and a strategic marketing campaign and public relations. Really just trying to get this out there, make it more mainstream. Because right now, whenever I talk about this to people, they say, "Oh my God, that's such a cool idea!" Like, wow, But it's not something that is mainstream at the moment, and I think it should be. Okay, so There was a video, but it wasn't a long video, it was like a 30-second video, but I seem to have passed it. So, thank you.